Mazera DeVille, Mazera DeVille. If you don't play him, then nobody will. This is Janjo, and I'm building a deck, yeah. Hey everyone, I'm Jesse from the Janjo Zone. In this video, we will be building a Mazera DeVille GOAT format Yu-Gi-Oh deck. And if you want to help support the Janjo Zone, check out my merch and my Patreon if you want to request a video discussion or a deck profile for the channel. Otherwise, drop a comment below asking me what kind of deck you would want to see in the future, and maybe I'll get to it. So with that said, let's get started. Want to support Janjo? Get your name in videos or request content for the channel? Then check out my Patreon for exclusive perks, content, and stretch goals. Alright, so this is a sort of sequel to last week's video, which was an Archlord Zerato deck. I'm doing all the Zera cards, and there's a couple ways to go about it. Either you do Archlord Zerato or you do a Mazera DeVille. It's his whole ascent either to Angelhood or Devilldom. Devilldom, I guess. So with that said, obviously we're gonna need to run some Warriors of Zera. He's kind of a cool guy. Earth Warrior, 16k attack and defense, so okay stats. But we're gonna play 3 Mazera DeVille. Now this guy has a bit of different effect, and this build in general will be similar but also different than the Archlord deck. It's not just gonna be like a swap out of Mazera and Archlord. But this guy has the same requirements where you need to tribute a face-up Warrior of Zera, but you need this field spell Pandemonium. And if it's on your field when you summon this card, which you kind of have to, your opponent discards 3 random cards from their hand. Now the problem with this is that they need 3 cards. It's not say up to 3, which is kind of the unfortunate part about it. But, you know, that's okay. So we want to play off that. We want to play off that very hand destruction-y. So clearly we need the card Pandemonium. So we're running 3 of these bad boys, 3, 3, and 3. In my Archlord build, I was running 2. But there is a reason why I'm running 3 Mazera DeVille, and that is because we are running the Morphing Jar, because that way you can replenish cards, and also you can ensure that your opponent's going to have at least 5 cards in their hand if or when you summon Mazera DeVille. So Morphing Jar helps with that, and to help out with Warrior Zera, we're running 2 reinforcements, so we can search him out. But in terms of the hand control aspect, we are playing Delinquent Duo, we're playing Donnie Zalugi, and we're playing this another tribute monster. Yeah, we're running Thestalos the Fire Monarch. When he's tribute summon, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. So you're really just going after their hand with this, which is great. Some other warrior cards we're running to help with reinforcements is going to be Blade Knight, DD Warrior Lady, and one other one. That's Mystic Swordsman level 2 if we need to take care of some face-down monsters. So that's pretty dope. To help with something like just going off Archfiends. This isn't an Archfiend deck. That'll be a deck for another day. We're going some Archfiend Soldiers since he does get 1900 attack, which is a good attack. You don't really help out with anything with Pandemonium. It helps out with one other card, though, and that is Falling Down. Yeah, this is the spice. With Falling Down, it's basically a Snatch Steal, okay? Where you take control of opponent's monster. Doesn't need to be face up, doesn't need to be face down. You have to have an Archfiend monster on the field to activate it. So you kind of need Archfiend Soldier, and he's the best of the Archfiend monsters. During each opponent's standby phases, you take 800 damage. Because of Pandemonium, you don't take that 800, so if you need to capture their monster for more than a turn, you can do that. Or you can use it to tribute with Thestalos, and that's what also works with a card like Snatch Steal. So you can snatch their opponent's monsters, tribute for Thestalos or whatever, just get rid of their advantage. And that's pretty great. Cards like Heavy Storm and MSC also help get rid of cards they have. It's just a pure destruction, but also very aggro deck. And because of aggro, we are playing 2 Berserkerilla. I initially had 3, but I cut 1 for the other Mazera. This could be like a Kaiku if you want. I want to go with something a little bit stronger, since we're already playing a strong monster, but if you want to really go anti-chaos, perhaps Berserk is the way, since we are doing a lot of discarding things. But I'm just going with Berserk with this deck. With the Archlord one, I went with Kaiku, but there are certain things you could switch out with this deck, depending on what you prefer. In terms of the other monster, we are playing a Kotetsu, a Blacksmith. Initially, I was also playing a Faith, but I swapped that with the Warrior Lady just for reinforcements of the army. But Kotetsu is nice just because we are playing a lot of equipped spells, and we're playing Snatch Steal, we're playing Premature, we're playing Falling Down. We're also playing Mage Power and United We Stand, because these cards are great. They just help boost a lot of attack up, and just with the one Kotetsu, if you need to set them and you need to just grab whatever you need, you have a lot of options for good cards to steal your opponent or to boost attacks or to bring back your Zera to tribute for a Mazera DeVille if you want, because we're not playing any other version of Graveyard Recursion. The only traps we're playing is Mirror Force, Radiant Destruction, Torrential Tribute, and we're also playing Skill Drain, because this works with a lot of our monsters too when we have them on the field, like Mazera, Archfiend Soldier, Berserk Gorilla. There's a lot of things that work in our favor with Skill Drain that perhaps the opponent may not have available to deal with. That's why we're going with that, and it still allows us to use cards like Unite, Withstand, Falling Down. The last trap we're playing is a Trap Dust Shoot. You could run 2. In early build, I did have 2 Dust Shoot and 2 Skill Drain. Dust Shoot, again, it's just more hand control. It's kind of finicky when you want to use it, which is why I'm only playing 1. But I do think it's good for that early game hand control if you need to, or even if it's something like a Morphing Jar. It works with things. And just for drawing power, of course, we're playing Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity. Obviously, those cards are all pretty great, pretty nifty. So this would be my deck. It's different. I wasn't sure how different it's going to be. I'm still keeping the Warrior engine, but I'm taking out the Chaos aspect of it and making more of a hand control engine using a hand destruction. There are some cards you could swap out if other things suits your fancy. If you wanted to have something that's more like Soul Exchange buildy. But definitely let me know what you would change in this deck, or what you like about this deck, or what you want to see in future videos. Again, if you want to request one specifically for the channel, that I will surely do. My Patreon is the best way to go about that, with the highest tier. Or you can support with the lowest tier if you just want to help support the channel. I mean, whatever floats your goat. But it's cool with Zera, Mazera. I think I'm going to do a Zera the Mant GOAT style deck, because Zera the Mant is not legal in GOAT format. But I still think that'd be fun to make, just like a theory deck. So you could see more of those in the future, perhaps. So look out for that one. You'll probably see that next week from this upload. So yeah, let me know what you think, and until I see you all next time, have a wonderful day.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba.